Good morning, Mr. Carter. Welcome to the Grand Horizon Hotel. I'm Jodie Foster, HR Director here. We appreciate you taking the time to meet with us today. Please make yourself comfortable.
Good morning, Miss Foster. Thank you for having me. It's truly an honor to be considered for this opportunity at such a prestigious property.
To begin, could you share a brief introduction about yourself and your background in hospitality?
Certainly. My name is Jimmy Carter. With 8 years in luxury hospitality, I currently lead the front office team at the Royal Emirates, where we've achieved a 95% guest satisfaction score through personalized service. My passion lies in creating seamless guest journeys, whether streamlining check-ins or resolving complex requests. Having studied at Emirates Academy and trained with Four Seasons, I bring both technical expertise and genuine care for guest satisfaction.
Thank you, Mr. Carter. That blend of experience and passion is exactly what we value here. Let's explore this further. Describe your experience managing a front office team in a high-volume hotel.
At the Royal Emirates, I oversee a team of 15 front desk agents handling over 300 check-ins daily. I introduced a real-time digital dashboard that tracks key metrics like check-in speed and guest complaints, reducing wait times by 20%. Additionally, I conduct monthly training workshops on Apple PMS and conflict resolution, which have helped us maintain a 92% guest satisfaction score for the past 2 years.
What strategies do you use to maximize occupancy while avoiding overbooking?
I utilize Opera PMS to set automated alerts when we reach 90% capacity. I also maintain strong communication with the sales team to adjust group bookings based on demand forecasts. For last-minute reservations, I keep a buffer of 2 to 3 rooms to accommodate VIP requests. Last year, this strategy helped us achieve 98% occupancy without a single overbooking incident.
A 50-person tour group arrives simultaneously. How do you manage efficiently?
First, I pre-assign all rooms and prepare welcome packets with keycards, maps, and itineraries. I set up a separate check-in counter with 2 dedicated agents to avoid crowding. If possible, I coordinate with the tour leader to stagger arrivals. During a recent high-profile event, this system allowed us to check in 60 guests in under 30 minutes with 0 complaints.
Which hotel software systems are you most experienced with?
I am highly proficient in Apple PMS for reservations and guest profiling, HotSOS for maintenance tracking, and GuestWare for managing guest preferences. I also have experience with Amadeus for group bookings and recently implemented a mobile check-in system that reduced front desk congestion by 35%.
What measures do you take to minimize no-shows?
We send automated SMS and email reminders 48 and 24 hours before arrival, requiring confirmation. For non-refundable bookings, we enforce a strict cancellation policy and offer a 10% discount for a prepayment. Additionally, we use AI-based forecasting to identify high-risk reservations and follow up personally. These measures reduced our no-show rate by 30% last year.
A guest is upset because their room isn't ready at check-in. How would you resolve this?
First, I would apologize sincerely and acknowledge their frustration. I'd immediately check for the nearest available room and expedite housekeeping. If the delay exceeds 30 minutes, I'd offer complimentary lounge access with refreshments or a spa voucher. For elite loyalty members, I might also include a room upgrade on their next stay. Finally, I'd follow up later to ensure their experience improved.
2 front desk agents argue in front of guests. How would you address this?
I would discreetly intervene and guide them to a private office. After allowing both to express their concerns, I'd mediate by focusing on solutions rather than blame. Once resolved, I'd conduct a refresher training on professional conduct and implement a peer mentoring system to prevent future conflicts. Maintaining a harmonious team dynamic is crucial for guest perception.
A high-profile guest requests absolute privacy. How do you comply?
I would assign a dedicated butler, block their room number from all internal systems, and instruct staff to refer to them only by a pseudonym. I'd also limit access to their reservation details to senior management only. For added discretion, I'd arrange private elevator access and ensure no unsolicited calls or visits from other departments.
A guest speaks only Mandarin, and no staff are fluent. How do you assist?
I'd immediately use a translation app like Google Translate for basic communication. I'd also provide visual aids, such as a map with icons for key hotel services. If the stay is extended, I'd arrange for a Mandarin-speaking concierge or partner with a local translation service for critical interactions, ensuring the guest feels fully supported.
A guest collapses in the lobby. What steps do you take?
First, I'd ensure the area is secure and call hotel medical staff or 911 immediately. While waiting, I'd administer basic first aid if trained and keep the guest comfortable. I discreetly manage onlookers to maintain privacy and assign a staff member to assist the guest's family. After the incident, I document details thoroughly and follow up with the guest to offer further assistance.
How would you describe your leadership approach?
I adopt a transformational leadership style, empowering my team through clear expectations, accountability, and regular development workshops. For example, I delegate decision-making authority to supervisors during peak hours, which builds confidence and efficiency. I also hold quarterly vision alignment sessions to ensure every team member understands how their role contributes to the hotel's success.
How do you keep your team motivated during high-pressure shifts?
I implement recognition programs like Star of the Shift, where outstanding performers are acknowledged in team briefings and rewarded with gift cards. During busy periods, I ensure adequate breaks and provide light refreshments. I also maintain an open door policy so staff can voice concerns, fostering trust and collaboration.
Describe your onboarding process for front desk agents.
New hires undergo a structured 2-week program. Week 1 includes system training, Opera PMS, phone etiquette, and shadowing experienced agents. Week 2 involves supervised live shifts where they handle real guest interactions under guidance. Competency is assessed through mock scenarios, such as managing an irate guest or a system crash, ensuring they're fully prepared.
How do you reduce turnover in the front office team?
I focus on career growth and work-life balance. I create personalized development plans, offer cross-training in reservations and concierge, and schedule flexible shifts where possible. Regular feedback sessions and small rewards like surprise coffee treats or early finishes after tough shifts also boost morale. These strategies reduced our turnover rate by 25% in 1 year.
How do you train staff to upsell suites or add-ons effectively?
We conduct weekly role-playing sessions focused on natural suggestions, like, given your anniversary, our executive suite includes champagne and late checkout, may I reserve it for you? Top performers receive incentives, for example, spa vouchers, and we share win stories in team briefings. This approach increased our upsell revenue by 22% last quarter.
How do you ensure repeat guests receive exceptional service?
Our CRM logs 50+ preference points per guest, from pillow type to preferred newspaper. For returning guests, I coordinate surprises, like arranging their favorite wine and room or reserving their usual table at our signature restaurant. Last month, a repeat guest mentioned loving orchids. We had them waiting in their suite, resulting in a glowing TripAdvisor review.
How do you encourage guests to join your loyalty program?
At check-in, staff highlight instant benefits. As a member, you would receive free Wi-Fi and a room upgrade tonight. We bundle sign-ups with a welcome drink voucher and track enrollment rates by shifts. This tactic boosted sign-ups by 45% at my current property.
A guest's luggage is lost by the airline, and they arrive at 2 a.m. for an important meeting. How do you assist?
First, I'd offer a complimentary toiletry kit and pressed shirts from our inventory. I'd contact the airline to locate the luggage and arrange expedited delivery. If needed, I'd connect the guest with a 24-hour tailor for emergency attire. The next morning, I'd follow up with breakfast vouchers and a late checkout to compensate for the inconvenience.
The PMS crashes during a full house check-in. How would you handle this?
I'd immediately activate our manual backup system with pre-printed registration forms. Senior staff would handle key issuance, while others manage queues with complimentary refreshments. Simultaneously, IT would work on restoring the system. Post-crisis, I'd conduct a lessons learned session and implement redundant server checks to prevent recurrence.
A guest reports a suspicious bag in the lobby. What's your action plan?
I'd use our coded announcement Operation Blue Sky to alert security discreetly. Staff would gently divert guests from the area while security assesses the bag. If evacuation is needed, we follow pre-drilled routes to our assembly point. All staff are trained quarterly on these protocols.
The hotel loses power during peak checkout. What do you do?
I deploy battery-operated POS systems for invoice printing and emergency lighting in the lobby. Staff would manually track departures on carbon copy forms. For guests in a hurry, we'd email invoices later and offer complimentary taxi vouchers. Post-incident, I'd review our backup generator response time with engineering.
How do you stay updated on hospitality innovations?
I subscribe to Skift and HospitalityNet and attend Dubai Zahik annually. Recently, I implemented a WhatsApp concierge service allowing guests to request amenities via chat, reducing front desk calls by 40%.
How would you promote eco-friendly practices at the front desk?
We've introduced digital check-in via QR codes, saving 200 sheets of paper daily. Guests who decline housekeeping receive reward points redeemable at our spa. We also partnered with a local NGO to upcycle old keycards into art pieces, an initiative featured in Gulf News last month.
How do you balance tech-driven service with personal touches?
We use mobile keys and digital check-in for efficiency but train staff to recognize when personal interaction is needed. For example, if a guest hesitates at a kiosk, an agent steps in with, "May I assist you personally?" This hybrid model increased our tech adoption while maintaining a 94% satisfaction score.
Before we conclude, what makes you the ideal candidate for this role?
My blend of operational expertise, from crisis management to revenue optimization, aligns perfectly with the Grand Horizon standards. At the Royal Emirates, I led a team that achieved the highest guest satisfaction scores in the Jane's history. I'm particularly excited about your focus on sustainable luxury, an area where I've driven measurable results.
Do you have any questions for us?
Could you share more about the hotel's strategic goals for the next year, and how the front office team contributes to them?
Excellent question. We're focusing on becoming Dubai's first zero-waste luxury hotel by 2028. The front office will play a key role in educating guests and tracking participation in green initiatives. Thank you, Mr. Carter. Your insights into guest experience and team leadership were impressive. We'll contact you by next Friday with updates. Safe travels.
Thank you, Miss Foster. I've enjoyed learning about your vision and look forward to the possibility of contributing to your team.